गुड मॉर्निंग डियर स्टूडेंट्स। आज का टॉपिक है प्रोसेस कंट्रोल ब्लॉक। इट इज़ अ पार्ट ऑफ यूनिट नंबर 3। द यूनिट नंबर 3 is specifically related to controllers available in a control system. What is the meaning of controller? In general, controller represent it will control the working of something, it will control the working of some process, it will control the working of some functionality. In control system, controller plays a vital role. But before that, we have to discuss generalized overview of the functionality of any plant or any system with the help of this process control block. If we observe here, the process control block have one process which we have to control. Just before that, there is one control element. It will activate some process. Just before that, one block is there. We call it as what? Controller. Just before that, one block is there. We call it as what? Error point, or we call it as a summing point. The last block is present is what? Sensor or transducer. We will discuss all this block in detail one by one. So let's start with first block, that is what? Error point, or we also call it as what? Summing point. Summing point have two input. One input is from the user, or we also call it as what? Set point, and another input is from the feedback loop of the system. This error point or subbing point will find the difference between set point and feedback value. Depending upon that, it will generate one output. This output is given to the controller block. Depending upon the magnitude of this error element, the controller block will decide its action, whether it will turn on the control element, whether it will turn off the control element, or it will remains in making on state, or remains making off state. All the decision will carried out depending upon the output of error element. The control element will control this control element. Controller output will control the control element. The control element may be anything. It may be any actuator, it may be any motor, it may be any heater, or it may be any heating element, etc. If you observe here, output of control element is given to the process. Process is a main block of this system. We have to control the different type of process. We have to control the different type of functionality of the system. The process is not any single operation. Process is multiple operation, means multi-variable system. Just take one example. If you have to control the temperature of a heater, day to day life we are using such kind of application. The best example is what? Induction heater. If you observe induction heater, we have some buttons in a control panel. Once we hit any operative button, then the temperature of the induction will start to increase up to that level. Once it achieves the respective temperature level, it will maintain the temperature at that level only. It is the best example in a day-to-day life of temperature controlling. It is one of the example of this process. Then what we will do? We will use a sensor to sense the temperature of that heating element. The sensor will sense the temperature, and it will convert the physical parameter, that is temperature, into its equivalent electrical signal. This electrical signal is moved back to the error point, and error point will calculate the error signal. Error signal will move into controller. Controller will take a respective action. Then it will turn on and turn off the element. This control element will control the process, and this complete process will continue. The main motto of this block diagram, if you observe here, user must set the input first. For example, in induction motor, induction heater, we have to first set the desired temperature. Once we set the desired temperature, the complete process start to maintain, to increase the temperature up to the respective set point. Once the desired temperature or set temperature achieved, the process try to maintain the same temperature at the set point. So set point plays a vital role in this process control block. So it is in brief overview of this process control block.